guys, it's your boy Trevor coming back at you finally with another video. I know it's been a while. I've been pretty much a lazy son of a bitch, honestly, and I've just been working my ass off, but I figured I got a little time, so I'd give you a little update video. Right now, currently, we just left friendly Minnesota, which is just outside of St. Paul, Minneapolis area, and we're heading over to Sacramento. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. But I'm actually not gonna really talk about where I've been, because I've been to so many damn places I honestly couldn't tell you where. And but I'm actually gonna go with a bunch of questions I've been asked recently. A bunch of things that can help y'all, you know, if y'all are going with this company, because I know a lot of the people that follow me are going in with this company. And so yeah, let's go with that. First off, a lot of people ask me, you know, is this a good company? Honestly, if you're starting out, I will say it is a good company. It's probably not the best, honestly, but it is a decent company to get started with. To me, honestly, now that I've you know, got almost a year of experience on my belt, and I've been with this company for a while, really, with this company, it's all about your dispatcher. If your dispatcher's cool, which me and my current dispatcher, we've been together for almost 6 months, which is a lot longer than some other people do, but me and him have been together for 6 months. I get him, he gets me. He likes my co-driver, I like my co-driver. You know, he's from right down the road from me, so we both get along. We all get along great, and he runs the hell out of us. I mean, just within the last week, I mean, I just came off of home time a little over a week ago, and just during that week we ran almost 7,000 miles. So he's busting our ass. He knows I like to run hard. He knows I try to run as legal as I can. I'll admit, yeah, I've kind of broken the hours of service just a little bit, not much, not anything crazy. Like sometimes I'm just looking for a truck stop to get pulled over so I can change out or do whatever. Like, I think the most I've gone over is maybe 30 minutes. That's about the only bad thing. But don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad thing for all you rookies out there. Don't do that. Try to keep within the hours of service. I just sometimes, whenever we're driving really hard, we sometimes push it to the limit, and sometimes we even push it over the limit a little bit. But now we've kind of gone to 10-hour shifts. I'll drive for 10 hours, he'll sleep for 10 hours, and then we switch from there and go. But another thing that I've been asked, let's step on to the next one. How much can I expect to make? Once again, that's all on your dispatcher. The pay grades, starting out, y'all actually get starting out now better than I did when I first started here a year ago. Y'all are up at 25 cents a mile, and I know that's kind of bottom of the barrel. Honestly, it's not that great. 25 cents a mile, and it's also split miles. So, like I said, you want big loads. You don't want the little nitpicky shit. Unfortunately, though, with this company, it's 100% forced dispatch unless you're a owner-op, which kind of sucks, but there's not a whole lot you can really do. Like I said, it's all about your dispatcher. Because my dispatcher, he sometimes will give us little nitpicky loads, but he'll give us like something huge from like I said, this last week we ran almost 7,000 miles. So there's weeks where you'll have huge weeks like that, and there's weeks where you'll have smaller ones. Like, I think the smallest check I had was like $50, but that's because it was also right before I went home. So I just did like a couple of loads around Tennessee, and then shot one over to West Memphis, dropped it there, and then bobtailed home. It all depends on how good your dispatcher is, how good y'all get along, and where you're at. Honestly, if you're over in the West Coast, you're probably, depending on if it's the weekend, you're gonna be sitting probably through the weekend, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You shouldn't be sitting there for more than 6 hours. If you're sitting there for more than 6 hours, I would call your dispatcher and tell him, get us something, because yeah, But usually on the West Coast, you're not sitting there for very long because freight comes in and out of there like crazy. East Coast, it depends on where you're at up there as well. New Jersey, as much as I hate it up there, I really don't sit there for too terribly long. Up there in the Northeast, you don't sit there for a very long time. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. It all depends on, the day of the week and what's up there, honestly. Places like Florida, if any of y'all are from Florida, good luck. There's honestly not a whole lot of stuff. It's easy to get into Florida, but it's not that easy to get out of Florida, which kind of sucks. Places like Dallas, all the big major cities, Dallas, Kansas City, Chicago, Indy, all those places like that, not really that hard to get in and out of. Traffic around Dallas is kind of a bummer, sucks ass. I mean, any of the major cities really suck, but you get used to it. If you can, as my lead driver told me, if you can drive in Dallas or Chicago, you can drive anywhere, honestly. New York, like I said, New York sucks. If y'all have been following me for a while, y'all know I hate the Northeast. But if it pays well, it pays well. But yeah, from your first, as I was saying revert back to the pay. Your first, I think 2 or 3 months, I think it's 3 months, you'll be making 25 cents a mile, split miles, which isn't the best. You'll be, honestly, if you've got a family, you'll be struggling a little bit. Hell, I even struggled a little bit, just a little bit those first couple of weeks, but once I got the checks rolling in, things got a lot better. And the longer you stay out, the more money you'll make. Because at one point, I stayed out for like 3 months, and it's also, they don't tell you this in training, but I'll tell you all this as a little secret. Those days do count. They say you can't take more than 4 days of home time. Once again, it all depends on your dispatcher, how much he follows the rules. Usually I take 5.5 days of home time. But my dispatcher knows where to get me. He knows I have to keep in contact with him, and he knows that when I'm at home, I'm at home. But yeah, your first 3 months you'll be making 25 cents a mile. Once again, not the best, but better than nothing, I guess. Better than working the corner or something. From 3 months to 6 months, you'll go up a penny, I believe, to 26 cents a mile. I know it's just a penny, but hey, penny makes a difference, honestly. Penny per mile, it makes a slight difference. It's crazy how much easier, how much more breathing room you get. Then from 6 months to a year, I believe, 6 months to 11 months or 6 months to a year, something like that, you get a big boost and you go up to 33 cents a mile, which that's what I'm at right now, and oh my god, it's awesome. But with most places, you actually won't get, well, you will, but you won't. You won't see 33 cents per mile on your check. For me, I get paid per diem. It's a good and a bad thing. I haven't really looked into it and see if it benefits me or hurts me or whatever. Oh shoot, the house is calling me. I'll call them back here in a minute. But I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, y'all. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, 33 cents per mile. And per diem. I get paid per diem. What happens with me is I get paid 20 cents per mile that's taxable, and then 10 cents per mile that's non-taxable, which is nice. Like today's payday, I have one load on there from, I don't even remember where it was. Oh yeah, from Portland to Carlisle, and that was a huge load. I made almost $400 on it. I'll go ahead and tell you straight up. Y'all know me. I'm candid. I don't give a damn, and I give my honest opinion about it. $400, that's gonna last me a little while, and I got more checks coming in Tuesday. Heck, this load. If we haul ass to California, we'll have 3 loads on this, on this next paycheck. If we can get it there by midnight Friday. at Central Standard Time. That's also, I guess, one thing I can tell y'all is how the pay works. Usually we get paid with CRST expedited. I work expedited. You know, there's 40 different 40 different fields for CRST. You know, there's the flatbed division, Malone. There's specialized services, dedicated runs, temperature controlled, which is your reefers and stuff, and then Van X, which is what most of us are. With Van X, you usually get paid on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The way it works, everything between Friday night at 12:01 to Tuesday at 11:59, you get paid on your Thursday check. From Thursday at 12:01 to Tuesday at 12:01 to Friday at 11:59, that'll go on your Tuesday check. You'll figure it out. If that's confusing, you'll figure it out as you go along. And once you get out there on the road, it's really easy to get hold of. I'll probably do a video of like paperwork and how to do all that stuff, maybe, if I get around to it. Let's see. I don't even remember what other questions y'all had. Oh yeah, a lot of y'all have been asking about the schooling and how bad it is and everything. Check out my my 3-week video review, I guess you could say, for that. I'm getting bounced around here like a bouncy castle. Sorry, the video quality is probably not the greatest. I'm in the sleeper and we're rolling. Like I said, I'm in the sleeper. We're rolling. Can't sleep because I slept all night last night. But I'll try to get a little nap in here before too long. But yeah, the schooling videos. Check out my. It should be like my 3rd, 4th, and 5th videos that I've ever made. Something like that. It'll be down there. You can just click on me or click on my profile and you'll see them down there in my uploads. CRST training school week 1, week 2, and week 3. Check those out. Week 3 especially is what is kind of the wrap up and shows and tells you more so what you'll need. Yeah, obviously things can change. So a lot of things have changed since I went there. A lot of kids, a lot of students, even my co-driver went to NADA, which is the CRST specific schooling there. So it all depends. Like I said, I went to Kirkwood. Some of them go up to I don't even remember what the other school is, honestly. But yeah, one other thing I guess I kind of want to add to the pay. Between that 6 and 8 months is going to be a little rough, just because they still take out that money that you owe them for schooling and stuff. But after that 8-month contract is up, man, you can make a lot of money, honestly. And like I said, the longer you stay out, the more money you make. But generally, most people, like me included now, run 4 weeks off, 4 days home. Usually I run like 4 to 5 weeks and usually take 4 to 5 days of home time. Usually it's about 5 because I usually go home on Thursday and come back in on Tuesday morning. It all depends on how your dispatcher is, how well y'all get along. As I said, me and my dispatcher, we've been together a while. He knows how I work, I know how he works. We get each other's sense of humor and everything, so we crack jokes at each other. It's a good time. Honestly, I'm still enjoying it. I mean, obviously y'all know there's a bunch of frustrating parts that I've done. That was with my previous dispatcher, but there's also parts here with these dispatchers that make me want to tear my hair, or with my dispatcher now that make me want to tear my hair out. But you just take the hits and keep going. I mean, just don't get too frustrated over things, honestly, because like yesterday we didn't really get frustrated about it, but we relayed a load, or we ran out of hours for this last load, or a couple loads ago actually. We ran out of hours. We were supposed to be going from Carlisle to Kent, Washington, which was the 3rd part of our 7,000 mile trip, which was huge in that week anyway. And shoot, and we ran, like I said, we ran out of hours. We had a little bit more time, but we decided to just sit tight in Fargo, North Dakota. So we sat there and got our 34-hour reset in. Wound up, somebody else came and rescued the load from us and took it the rest of the way. We took their load, and as soon as we got our resets in, we headed off towards, it was actually going to Lebanon, Indiana. And we wound up actually getting a Conway load, which is the one we're on right now, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, or actually Friendly is right outside of those two major cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. And we stopped just inside of Wisconsin, in a little town called Roberts, and relayed up to another truck. So yes, that previous load, I know it's confusing. That previous load, we actually had 2 relays in it. So it could get crazy. You can relay a load 17 times. I mean, it depends, but it's still going to be a decent little check because we still got the load from Carlisle to Fargo, and then from Fargo to Rogers, which isn't that much. It was like 300 miles or something like that. It wasn't much, but if we, like I said, if we haul ass, we can get from Minneapolis to California, hopefully by Friday. So we'll have 2 good checks and 1 meh check. But I can't really think of any other questions that y'all have really asked. A lot of y'all have asked like how y'all pick a co-driver. Honestly, that's more on y'all, sort of. What I did, the very first co-driver I had, I actually found him when I was in class, when I was doing the schooling. Find somebody that you get along with in school, and someone that's close to home, and roll with them. Make them your friend. I mean, because the closer they are to home, the better home time you get, honestly. The easier it is for the dispatchers and everyone to work out. I got super lucky. The co-driver I have now, actually, I've known him since high school. I didn't really know him, honestly. He was a couple years below me, and you know, we did 2 different things, but we've you know, bonded, I guess you could say, and we've become pretty good friends. We get along, we know how each other work, and we go. And yeah, a couple of things I would recommend for your truck. I know I'm talking about spending money, but these are things that are probably necessary, honestly. First off, GPS. You don't have to get the big baller GPS like I have. I have a Rand McAnally 720 LM, which is $400. But I would recommend a Rand McAnally. You can get the 5-inch one that's like half that. It's like $200. I would recommend that one. It's very good. It has gotten us into trouble a couple times, but 98% of the time that thing is spot on, and it is a huge help. Another thing I would recommend getting, XM radio. If you have a current or previous XM account, they've got XM radios all over the freaking truck stops. I would recommend getting that thing, or have a shitload of CDs. Because what we have, I have XM radio as well. I pay so much a month for it. I have all the channels, everything, so that way I can catch my football, I catch all my sports basically. We have comedy radio, all the musical channels. So on a long road trip from, you know, Carlisle to Washington or wherever, excuse me, from Carlisle to Washington or whatever, that thing comes in handy. I mean, it helps keep the peace, I guess you could say. It helps you not lose your freaking mind and just be staring at the road for 10 hours or however long you feel like driving. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Another thing, we don't have this yet, but it's not a huge recommendation. It's more so a recommendation during the wintertime, maybe, is a CB radio, which we do plan on picking one up. I just don't know where or when. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Get a CB. CBs, depending on how fancy you want to get. My last co-driver that I had a little CB radio. He spent like $40 on it. So $40 to, you know, $400. It just depends on how fancy you want to go, which with CB you don't really need to go super fancy. Mostly all you're going to do is talk to people. All I really do is I have it on. When I had it on whenever I was with him. I had it on most of the time. I just had it on really low. If there's ever a backup or something, you can talk to other truckers going the other way. Let them talk to them, see which lane you need to be in, what the backup is, all that. And with some places that you go, they usually like you having a CB radio so they can talk to you a lot easier. But it depends. Like I said, we don't have one right now. We might pick one up. I don't know. It just depends on how I feel. Dang, this is gonna be a long video. What else? Oh yeah. The training and stuff. Go back to that. Picking a co-driver, like I said, you can do that through class. Lead drivers is honestly all about the luck of the draw. My lead driver that I had a lot of experience. He was awesome. God, he was also from Arkansas as well. Golly, I wish I could have had him as a I wish he could be my co-driver, honestly, because he was awesome. I don't know if I think he's still around there. I don't know if he's still doing the lead driver thing or not. I'll go ahead and throw his name out there. I don't know if he watches these or not, but good old Bruce Allen. He's a good guy. If y'all can get him, I don't want to like a line lined up to him, but if y'all can get him or somebody that's got a lot of experience, usually I'll drop it down a little bit, about 85% of the time, usually the ones with more experience can teach you more. They can teach you different things. Another thing that honestly, most of the training they teach you, forget. They just teach you how to drive the truck and, you know, what to do, what to expect. But once you get out there on the road, forget 90% of that stuff. Still do your pre-trips. Usually I do, honestly, I don't care if CRST knows this or not, but most people do anyway. It's a 15-minute pre-trip, obviously. I personally don't do them all the time. What I'll do is I'll run around, check all the tires, make sure there's no gashes or stuff. But that's about all I really do. Make sure all the lights are working and everything. But like whenever I hook up to a new trailer, or we're going on a huge long trip, I'll do a full pre-trip. I will, you know, check all the tires, check the engine, check all the gauges and stuff, check all the fluids. I mean, I do full, complete pre-trip, post-trip to make sure everything's still intact. But usually after that, after we leave, I just usually check the lights and the tires and make sure everything's good on that, and make sure, you know, everything's as it should, which is what most people usually do. And that's not a bad thing, but at the same time, you want to make sure that everything's safe. That's about all I really have. That's all I can really think of right now. If y'all have any other questions, just let me know and I'll try to get to them as quickly as I can. Like I said, I'm still around. I've just been lazy and really, really busy, obviously. But I've got a little time and I can't really sleep right now, so I figured I'd make y'all a video. As always, if y'all like my insight, or like my face, or whatever, go ahead and subscribe. Only takes a second, and I'll try to get these videos cranked out a little bit more often. It's gonna be rough, but I said I would do it, and I haven't really been doing it that well. But I'll try to get videos out more often for y'all. Excuse me. Winter's kicking in. If y'all like the video, give it a thumbs up. You know, if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. You know, I don't care. As always, got a question, like I said, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. I think that's about all I got for y'all today. So, as always, boy Trevor, signing out. Peace, y'all.